chinacha no kutya ira rwikuru mu Chingereza atuchithana trauma trauma ira rwikuru kutyane ira rwikuru otoimono ng'inyano. How do you know you have traumas? Mangane tulipetame komano o nguto yane kutaro video njino shawe imono huno ko YouTube ino zako ino dengapo kaima haya kachangwa subscribe zako ino dengapo kaima haya kachangwa like ino zako ino ka dengapo kaima haya kachangwa share okujakenitha nokulika kutya video dino ndidihole nonke oposhike shandiningi ngongwe otango tomono kutya meka padi paife otaningo video. So ira rwikuru oyo nendala ndimufatulile kutya ngo atupopi ira rwikuru ocho chilongwa chimwe kwa atupopi ko kepanja lyomeme otwechija nemule nangu uvitelela kutya owapumbwa elongo coachinga njino inyolitha mepanja lyomeme ndyono twinyolithike ko $1 ethele ngwe shaa winyolitha topendje edhina lyoye ndiho olongitha ko Facebook kongodhi yanjo ndete kutya oenji oeichi nge atupopi ne ira rwikuru which is in English is trauma otwala okupopya che ira lombi yaza momaputuko getu. Anything that happened to you, it's a painful thing. It's so painful, but you don't even know that it happened. Because you were a child. Maloe kuthigira ochiraro. Oinine oatukwa oachekwa oaturwa pevi inopeo hole oaganjwapo inima ishembyo aikuthigire ira rwikuru. Yane ira rwikuru, the signs and symptoms that you have trauma aimonikira peni, you will see it in your relationship. You will always see it in your relationship. Omwaimenikira mo relationship ayoe. That's why when you have trauma, a very difficult situation, that's why you will be triggered to show that what are the signs and symptoms that you have trauma. So when you are in love, number one, you don't even know the word no. You can't even say no. Anybody can just push you around. You will be cheated. If you are whatever, a woman or a man, you know what will happen. You go into your partner's phone trying to see what is going on. There's no trust, because you lack trust. Either because maybe you were also sexually abused, it leaves you with a trauma. Trauma is something which is very, very, it's a very painful thing, because it is hurting, but you don't know that you have them, because they are somewhere deep. They are in your subconscious. They are very, very deep. That's why you cannot even see them. You can only see the result of the trauma, especially in your relationship. Therefore, many times you blame your partner. You blame your partner by saying, no, he is doing this to me. He is doing this to me. She is doing this to me. You do that because you are a victim of being either emotionally abused. Now you point the finger, you play the blaming game because you think the problem is your partner, but the problem is not your partner. The problem is you, because you have traumas, which we call old wounds. So those traumas are the one that is affecting your relationship. You can work very hard for your relationship. it will never come, all right, because you haven't healed from your trauma. So the thing that you need to know is to say, you have to treat your trauma first. Iraro yikurumbio no oyo unoku panga tango. So you have to treat your trauma first. And the trauma can only be treated through counseling. Only ke kuyake shungo mwenyo opike irarombio no uipange. You can go to witch doctor. You can go to church. You can go to the medical doctor. If you don't treat your traumas, your emotional trauma, the trauma because most of the time is between the age of 2 and 10. That is when the trauma, You can also have traumas maybe when you are old, but most of the things that comes into your relationship are the one that you experience. The experience that hurting, those wounds that you have picked up when you were a child, is the one that comes into your relationship, because a relationship is a trigger of trauma. Otutiano ohole ojo aitorokana idarombi kuru oya ike inekoko. It was the trauma, like the wound, was just hard on top because you hide them. You hide them. So now when you are in a relationship, you are irritable. You cannot even trust your partner. Your being in intimate relationship, it's so difficult. But trust is the most important thing when it comes to relationship. And you try to also you don't trust anybody. You always go into your partner's phone to see who is communicating with who. Tochokachoki ke mo cell phone na yom holike oe umone mo evidence. Sometimes you don't even have evidence. What you do, only make tochokachoka utare kucha evidence, so that you prove what are you proving? You are not proving anything, but you just want to know. Okay, the question is, when you know, what will happen? You are going to feel good, you are going to whatever. That's why some of the people ask me, is it safe to go to my partner's phone? I always say, what are you looking for? Sometimes you are looking for trouble in the phone of your partner. If your partner doesn't give you his phone or her phone, why do you, what is that? Meaning you don't have confidence, you have low self-esteem. That's why you are looking for evidence to prove it, right? Yes, I was suspecting you have someone, now I saw it. Now you saw it. You are more hating. Instead of just leave the person if a person wants you to know. But why do you look for trouble? That is the sign of you have traumas. That is the sign of that you have low self-esteem, because you feel you are not good enough. You feel you are not lovable enough. You feel you are not better than other women are better, especially when you are a woman. You think other women are more beautiful than you. So that's why your man is running into the hands of other men, or if you are a man, your woman is running to the other men's hands. So you don't trust yourself because you have low self-esteem. So meaning it is very, very important to know your trauma. Know your trauma. And this is the lesson that we have done in our women group. We dealt with in two details. And there are questions that women has to answer, because mostly women are the ones to suffer from those things, especially women in the relationship. Those things are strongly coming out, especially low self-esteem. I don't just say women, but everybody who has trauma, the trigger is mostly in your relationship. So many people who I can see with traumas, it's when they, especially when they get married, or you get a boyfriend, you get a girlfriend. So it is your relationship that is triggering the old wounds, which we call trauma. And I know everybody has old wounds. So now the assignment in the women group, I ask the people to identify their traumas so that we are able to help them. Because I know when you have a trauma, the only thing, if you are able to identify your trauma, you are already one step to healing. Because the very first step of healing is understanding. Once you understand, oh, that's why my relationships are always failing. Now I know. Now that you know is already the very first step. So if there are women who are watching here, there is still space. You can join the women group, and then you can go and identify your old wounds, your traumas, and then I will try to coach you. How do you deal with those ones? Because they are different. It's not just that you will not have the same. They are caused by many things, and then we take it from there. So thank you very much for always watching. Just thank you for subscribe to this channel. For those who haven't subscribed yet, before you leave this channel, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for liking this video, so that whenever I do this video, you are the very first person to get a notification. So I love you all. Thank you very much, and God bless. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place.